The advantage of variation. It means that if there's a disease comes along, somebody will survive. The varying DNA in the bodies of humans and other organisms means that somebody will have the white blood cells that will defend them against any diseases. Many people got COVID, didn't even know. Not even the symptoms of a cold, let alone the telltale symptom. You can't smell or taste, which is unusual, different from colds and flus. Variation, having different DNA in your population. This is a banana problem. And my students in Year 9 know I talk a lot of bananas. Because all the bananas that you get in supermarkets, now, they're normal shaped bananas. Because some of them are from the forest. Those bananas are all clones. Why clones? Well, because we spend thousands of years selectively breeding, we, farmers in the past, spent thousands of years selecting the banana that had the smallest seeds to breed with another banana plant that also had small seeds. So the seeds got smaller and smaller. And at the same time, we selected the bananas that were biggest. So bananas got bigger and bigger, their seeds got smaller and smaller. Now, they're the only fruit without a seed. The little black lines in the middle of the banana, that's the only remnant of what used to be seeds. When you eat a tomato, there's seeds inside. Eat an apple, there's seeds inside. When you eat an orange, get the seeds. Tomato seeds, put them in soil, tomatoes grow. Avocados are more difficult, by Year 9 find. You can get the seeds, pick them off the outside of the strawberry. Strawberries are unusual because they're on the outside. You can plant them. You might get germination, but you're more likely to get germination if you buy them in a packet and put those in the soil, as my Year 9 find out. But what I want to talk about is not the clones of bananas, which you get by having a wonderful banana plant. It's not a tree. It's the size of a tree, but it's not a tree because it's not got wood. And it all dies back each year. Then, the next year, because the roots are still alive, another tree grows up in a slightly different place and then dies back after giving you all the bananas you need. And then a year later, another one grows. And so slowly, the banana plants move across the farmer's field, all of them. And this is called bananas walking. Ask a banana farmer about walking bananas. Every year, they take one step. Walking. I talk a lot of bananas. I like bananas. Clones. So, bananas have very little variation. The ones that are in the supermarkets, zero, because they're clones. Their DNAs are all exactly the same. Their chromosomes, which are made of deoxyribonucleic acid, their chromosomes, the little squidgy things, the X's, they're all the same. And the genes on the chromosomes, the little bits of A, C, T, and G, they're all the same. So it means all banana plants are protected by the same mechanisms, by the same chemicals. Just like you're protected by your white blood cells that swim around in your blood, going up to bacteria and engulfing them, or going up to bacteria, catching them for future analysis, learning about them, finding out what chemicals they should produce. The T cells and the B cells in your lymph nodes. And these ones here and underneath your arms and some other places. Those are the places where white blood cells hang out to learn about diseases. The phagocytes fight the diseases by engulfing them. Nom, 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 nom. Whereas the lymphocytes, several different types, T cells, B cells, and more that you learn about if you carry on into biology A-level. These guys hang about, learn, and then produce chemicals that kill the invading enemies. And also they kill cancers. If parts of your body have been hit by UV radiation and therefore growing madly, bits of your skin becoming a big lump because the DNA has been changed and they've stopped being sensible. And so therefore the cells that are cancerous get all the food, all the oxygen, reproduce, grow, reproduce, couple of blood vessels, reproduce, grow, reproduce, big lump, which is okay if it's on your hand, if it's skin cancer. In Australia, they're particularly good at doing this because hole in the ozone layer, much worse UV over there. Which, because of the Paris Agreement of governments 20 years ago, the hole in the ozone layer is getting smaller, Australia is becoming safer and having less cancer. But anyway, their doctors really know skin cancer because of all the UVB rays giving lots of people skin cancer. Anyway, they cut it off. Very little bit. Yeah, job done. Cancer, no problem. Unless the cancer breaks loose into your bloodstream, goes around your body, finds new places to grow, like in the middle of your brain. Much more difficult to do the cut it off, throw it away surgery. And that's when people have real trouble with cancer. It's when your white blood cells are not able to catch all of the problems in your body. If you're smoking, that means you're going to have many more of your cells growing crazy, cancerous. If you're sunbathing, more still. If you're taking other drugs, even more. If you're not having vitamins and minerals, the ones needed to grow new white blood cells, even more problems. But some people can do all of these things because they've got really supercharged white blood cells that are good at this job. Variation means everybody is good. Everybody has DNA to solve some diseases, but nobody has all diseases. And falling in love tends to be that you sense by sniff the smell of your lover, its chemistry. You fall in love with somebody whose white blood cells complement your own. So their white blood cells are good at some things and your white blood cells are good at the opposite other things. And it means that your babies, your offspring, will be good at many more things than the parents. Variation in a population, very useful to survive the incoming dangers of diseases gone mad. Viruses, after a few hundred years, perhaps 1,000 years, stop hurting the hosts. In fact, they can get into the DNA of the host. About 10% of your genes are virus genes that got in amongst your ancestors' DNA. And many of them help. There's a virus part of a gene that means that the placenta grows much better. When the baby implants into the mother, the egg and the sperm get together, here comes the baby, sticks in to the uterus, stops the mother having her periods, so therefore you don't want to lose the baby. And then the baby grows a piece attached to the uterus, which means that the blood from the mother can bring oxygen to the blood of the baby without them mixing. Diffuses across a thin piece of skin where the uterus meets the placenta. And then the baby's blood gets the oxygen and food it needs and sends it down the umbilical cord to the belly button of the growing baby. Variation, very good. Keeps a population from being wiped out by one disease. Let's go crazy. COVID went crazy. COVID killed people. Whereas flus and colds, they evolve new variations every year, but they don't kill the host. Because evolution is good to the diseases that keep going. They will keep on evolving and will make it to the future. If you're a disease and you kill your host, you might wipe out a couple of villages. You might wipe out the whole human race, as some diseases have wiped out animals and plants, bacteria. Because most of the viruses that you breathe in with every breath are bacteriophages, killing bacteria, because there's more bacteria than there are humans on this planet. So only about 1% of the viruses that you breathe in are actually going to infect you.